Alright, it's Liam from Splatter Plastic. Welcome back to the Cult Compound. So in this episode of the Cult Compound, I'm going to be talking about the most controversial movie ever made, 1980's Cannibal Holocaust. Cannibal Holocaust was directed by Ruggio Deodato. The version I'm going to be talking about is the Grindhouse release deluxe edition from 2005. Cannibal Holocaust was essentially banned in every country that it was distributed in. Obviously, it was put on the Video Nasties list in the UK, and if me research is right, it was a prisonable offence to own this movie. What is this all about, man? A prisonable offence to own a movie. Anyway, if you haven't seen Cannibal Holocaust, the plot of the movie is pretty simple, to be honest with you. Young film crew vanishes in the Amazon jungle while filming a documentary about the culture and indigenous tribes. They use the real tribe in the movie. I think we do call it the Yanomamo tribe. The footage was found by a later rescue team who have sold this footage to an American TV company who want to air it on like as a special about the indigenous tribes of the Amazon rainforest. Unfortunately, when they get the footage back and start reviewing it, the barbarity of the missing crew and therefore the found footage is discovered in its Italian and real glory. Or should I say gory glory, because it's fucking twisted, man. This movie is not for the faint of heart, or stomach, or morals. So, suffice to say, the controversy surrounding this movie is legendary, and it's justified in its depravity. It's just a twisted piece of film history that is very polarising. So people have got very, very strong views about it. Some people want it completely gone. Some people will watch it in its entirety. Some people want to see the cut version of it. The conversations that we get around Cannibal Holocaust, you could sit for hours. So I'm just going to kind of gloss over it. Without telling any cannibal, it goes without saying that every cannibal movie is going to have a gratuitous scene of gut munching in it. But in this, it just goes above and beyond. They're using like real flesh, they're using real entrails. They're putting these Yanomoto tribe people in front of a camera and throwing buckets of gore at them and going, chow down on this. Just filmed in the most lurid fashion that you can possibly get. There's iconic scenes in it, so like probably the most iconic scene is the image of the woman that is impaled. It's horrific. First time you see it, it's horrific because it looks so real, the way that it's filmed, and it's gritty, and it's just a nasty way that the filming around this woman. The woman wasn't actually killed on set. A lot of people believe that they were. A lot of people believe that people did die in this movie. People didn't die in this movie. This woman is literally sat on a big pole with a bicycle seat. She sat on the bicycle seat and there's a piece of balsa wood that's coming out of her mouth. Effects artist comes over, lobs loads of blood on it, and the way that it's filmed makes it look uber real. Iconic image, just there. The next one's horrible. It's got the ritual rape of a woman in it, and I've always said that I'm not into. I hate rape revenge movies. I hate anything like this. Give me gore all the way. Stuff like this is just horrible. So this poor woman in it is tied up and raped with this massive spike for committing adultery, and it's just so brutal. This scene is just so brutal. These are just little snippets of the stuff that's going on it. One of the things that's never really explored, or not that it's never really explored, it's never really touched upon, is the exploitation of the native tribes people, because they were just thrown in. They were never paid, they were never credited, they were probably just getting like scraps of food and stuff like that. And it was really what Deodato done, was went in there and just went, you and you're coming with me, you're making a movie, no question about it. A little bit nasty. The abortion scene in it, there's an abortion scene where the woman is just beat to death with big stones, and it's fucking horrible, man. You see the fetus getting ripped out and then buried in mud. It's just twisted. It's a twisted movie. In that light, these are not the most twisted things that happens in the movie. The epitome of the controversy and the legendary status of this movie, as if you can put it at that, comes from the most depraved aspect of the movie, and in my opinion, and probably everybody else's, it's the animal cruelty that's in it. So originally Deodato did film actual animals being slaughtered for entertainment's sake. So you see a muskrat getting killed with a knife, you see a turtle decapitated, flippers off, shell removed, and then it's later eaten. Freaky. Tarantula getting killed with a machete. You're in the jungle, it's a tarantula. I think I'll probably do the same with that. You see a boa constrictor getting killed with a machete. A squirrel monkey decapitated. Not like Indiana Jones, really decapitated. And for me, probably the turtle and this one was the most like, I never need to see this again, is a pig just shot in the head with a 22 point blank in the head. This was filmed for shock value. These are real animals. It's deplorable, absolutely deplorable. Now, we've seen most of these things in other movies, but Deodato decided consciously to have these atrocities done on film just for entertainment purposes. Again, to me, utterly deplorable. He has gone on record and on film later to apologise and regrets these choices that he made. Sorry, dude, it's too little too late in my opinion. Without dismissing the animal cruelty though, this film is a bona fide cult classic. For me, the story of it, the action and the gore, second to none. Obviously take away the animal cruelty, the actual gore, like human movie gore. And let's not forget the message. Who are the real savages? So a Western crew go into the Amazon jungle and are going into a tribe's kind of home and showing us on the other side of the world what savages they were by making them do things that they wouldn't usually do. So there's a big moral lesson in this. The filming of it is both beautiful and claustrophobic. You get these gorgeous big landscape shots of the Amazon rainforest, and they're all lush and green, and in the same instance when they're in the bush, if you will, it's very, very claustrophobic. You don't know where the tribespeople are, you don't know where the cannibals are, and the gritty realism of this really starts to shine through, especially when you realise that the movie was only half scripted, so a lot of it was done ad hoc, very, very documentary style, and this just adds to the tension on screen. Everyone looks like they don't know what they were doing, and they also look like they don't know what they're about to be doing as well, and it just gives it this really nasty feel to it. So it's all like filmed on kind of like faux 8mm, so it's all grainy anyway, and the cameras are going up and down and left, right and centre, and you don't really know what's going on in any given shot, but you do from the story. So I've got two versions of it essentially. I've got the Vipco release from around about 2003. This was the UK release, and it was the first time it had been released in the UK. It says the film that they did not want you to see, previously banned, Vipco, digital remastered, still cut. So there's a lot of stuff cut out of this, most notably, obviously, the animal torture, the animal killings, but there's some of the normal gore sort of like makeup effects that's been cut out of it. There's a lot of stuff just spliced down, so you only see snippets of it. I love this film, so when this version come out, I was like, oh my god, I so need it. When this come out, it wasn't actually available in the UK, so me and my wife went on our honeymoon and we went to San Francisco and we went to Los Angeles. While we were in San Francisco, we went into Amoeba Records, and I bought it in Amoeba Records. I always remember the girl at the counter going, that's the movie that you put on to clear a party, isn't it? And I was like, yeah, it completely is. She couldn't believe that the amount of people wanted to see it. And I think that's very kind of telling for the type of movie it is and the type of fans that this movie's got. There's levels of gore, there's levels of horror that people want to see. And a lot of people are like, no, don't need to see that. It's twisted, it's horrible. Personally, I need to see this movie because it's phenomenal, What I don't need to see in this movie is all the animal killings in it. So, Grindhouse releasing, lucky people that we are, have released this on a 2-disc version. One is fully uncut, completely, you can see everything that's going on in there. The second one, completely cut, all the animal torture and all the animal killings have been taken out. So, yay! I can watch Cannibal Holocaust without feeling that sort of dirty feeling that I shouldn't really be watching it. So if you do want to get the one without the animal killings in and a really good print of it and, you know, feel good about yourself, go for this one. DVD itself, cover is the scene after the woman is raped with the big spike. Pretty harrowing cover if you're a normie, if you will. So it says on the cover, warning, due to its shocking and violent subject matter, no one under the 17 should be able to view this film. When this film came out, it grossed $200 million. It's just stupid, man. Or was it 20 million? It had the two in it and millions. Ridiculous. Back cover, the one that goes all the way. Yeah, well, nobody really wants to see the one that goes all the way, so it's the one that goes all the way, but not all the way as well. Obviously, you've got your blurb on it. What I like on this is, and I've only just noticed it, it's got no censorship, it's got no age restriction on it, so usually it's like, for restricted, whatever it is in America, I don't know. It hasn't got an 18 certificate on it. It's got nothing. By far the most frightening movie I've ever seen. Tim Lucas from Video Watchdog. To their special edition, so we have got new high definition 16.9 digital restoration of the original uncensored director's cut. We've got spectacular new stereo remix of the original mono mix. We've got provocative audio commentary by director Ruggio Deodato and stars Robert Kirkman. Really good documentary. So that's where they're like, we are so sorry. We should never have done some of the stuff that we done in this. Again, too little, too late. I think it was more Ruggio Deodato that was sorry. I think the actual stars were actually sorry about being in the movie. What else have we got? Exclusive on-camera interviews with Deodato, Carmen, and co-star Gabriel York. Original theatrical trailers, extensive gallery of stills and poster art, the original shooting script of Cannibal Holocaust. We've got the Cannibal Holocaust video by Necrophagia, R.I.P. Killjoy. Absolutely love Necrophagia. If you haven't heard Necrophagia, go out and have a look, have a listen to Necrophagia. Blinding death metal band. And we've also got liner notes by legendary horror journalist Chaz Bowlen. Go pick it up, it's awesome. I had the pleasure of meeting Ruggio Deodato in Spooky Empire a couple of years ago. Got him to sign me Cannibal Holocaust poster. I can't believe such a nice man made this movie, because he was genuinely a nice man. I come over with this, I'll put a picture up right there. Come up with this print, this Cannibal Holocaust print, and the guy was like, where do you get that from? And I was like, some guy was selling it over there, because he obviously had all this merch out in front of him. And this poster was, I just loved it. It's just literally the impaled woman and Cannibal Holocaust, the most controversial movie. And he was like, no, I need these for my stall. And I had to take him from where he was signing all the way around to the poster part of Spooky Empire. And the guy was like, I need to buy these posters. Scumbag that was selling the posters was like $10 each. The whole of the crowd was like, he made that movie, give him to him for nothing. So he ended up, the guy selling the posters, good enough, give him like a couple, and he brought them back to his table and started selling them. I had a lovely long conversation with him about him, and it was, yeah, he felt a bit bad for some of the stuff that was going on, but you know what, it was his artistic direction. I have got no qualms about arguing with people about this. What he filmed on some of the screens was deplorable. Animal cruelty should never be done, sort of thing. This is a topic that you can talk about till the cows come home. Bad pun. Yeah, Cannibal Holocaust, man. If you haven't seen it, go check it out, because it will twist your tiny mind. Out of most of the films that I'm going to be talking about, this is probably the most polarising cult classic. Go watch it. Don't eat while you're doing it though, because it's twisted. The score is amazing, but I can't wait to do the score on proper splatter plastic, because Tin Man's always said, like, I'm never going to watch this movie. He's going to have a look at it, isn't he? The score's beautiful, but we're going to get onto that in proper splatter plastic. So, yeah, until next time. Thanks for coming back to the cult compound. Hopefully next time we'll get out alive. So, sorry, forgot one of the biggest parts about that Grindhouse DVD. I'm just going to splice it in now. Was the poster that come with it. It's amazing. Check it out.